Hello everyone, this is day 7 of my C8 hackathon. I only know it's day 7 because I looked and yesterday was day 6. Days are pretty much running together right now. The other thing is officially I am behind schedule right now. I spent yesterday playing with design and trying to get some stuff, and I actually ran to Lowe's because supposedly there was some phenomenal sale, and I get there and there's no such sale. Anyway, a lot of these YouTubers are posting BS. Okay, so let's get to where we are. Okay, if you look at this, I got this back section where I want it. I like the eyebrow. The eyebrow has to be a prominent feature in this car as far as I'm concerned. All right, so I got this back eyebrow to where it looks good. It's a little bit flat to me across this top. I want it to come up a little more, but the side, if you notice, the eyebrow, this actually needs to go back. Okay, so if I take this off and you look at this, there is this eyebrow. I took a Sharpie and marked it. That's where the eyebrow is on the side of the car. On this car it's there, but it's subtle. I mean, you can see it in the front, but right through here, it almost vanishes. Not quite, but almost. If you look on the model, which I've got this is a radio control car, which is slightly different than a real one. I've got a model of a real one, but believe it or not, this is really close. Okay, so you can see that no matter what, it's still there. It may, kind of go out a little bit, but it's still there. The reason why it vanishes here is because they widened the fender to make room for 2-inch wider, get my view here, 2-inch wider wheels and tires. So they pushed this out. You can see that right here, it's pushed out. Okay, so what that does is they ended up hiding this a little bit more than I would like. All right, so when I put this piece on here, which is actually the front fender eyebrow, it fits. Here, let me go ahead and put the camera back here so I can work without it carrying the camera. All right, so it fits right here, and if I slide it up to a certain point, it kind of goes where I want. But see, there's something in the middle here, right here. See how it pivots right there? So obviously there's something right there. To fix that, I'd have to come in here and figure out, oh, what's hitting? It's probably this right here, obviously, or my less than perfect piece right here. There's a hump right there. That's probably exactly what's doing it. Anyway, it doesn't quite fit. Okay, so I need to go in there and grind, fix that. So instead, I came over to the passenger side. This is the same piece as that. Where's my finger? There we go. It's the same piece as that one, except for from the opposite side of the front. All right, so I placed this where it goes. I don't have that hump over there because I wasn't trying to blend in that rise section right there. There I did. I thought I was going to use that. Okay, if you look real close, right there is the peak of this eyebrow that already exists. The two sides of the mold aren't identical. If you look, there's actually a dip over on that side that would have to be fixed if I were to use these molds. But the dip's not there, but the eyebrow's even less prominent. The dip from the eyebrow is even less prominent. Okay, but it should go straight across here. Okay, you can see where it should be right there. So what I did was, when I made this, okay, again, I'll just go back to here. Okay, this right here is straight. Okay. If I flip it over and look at this side, it's not straight. Okay, comes here, curves down, comes back up, and tapers off here. So this needs to go there, so I get that straight line. Okay, then I take this back and push it up till it lines. I can see the crease right there, so it lines right there. Okay, now if you come look at it, sure enough, right there it meets, and you come up here and ta-da, right there it meets. Okay, so if I look at this, I like that. I like the way that looks. The eyebrow is pretty prominent. What I don't like is this right here. To me, it's too flat here, okay? It shows a little bit of it, but to me, I really want this eyebrow to be prominent. So this needs to be raised up a little bit, okay? The other thing is, people ask how I'm gonna attach this. Well, one way would be I could just bond it. I could stick it right there, okay? And that would work. The problem with that is we just moved this out 1/10 of an inch. I happen to know that the thickness of my panels are 1/10 of an inch. So that would move this out. That would make this dip right here 1/10 of an inch less. I want it to be more, not less. Okay, so I can't do that. What I'm going to do instead is come along here. If I had my Sharpie, I'd do this. Mark this outline. And then, I don't know, 1/2 inch above there, I'll mark another outline here. And I will cut this whole section out. Then what I'll do is I'll take this, slide it underneath that section, okay? Now I've moved 1/10 of an inch in, so this eyebrow, bottom of the eyebrow, will actually be more prominent because it will be deeper than this, which is what I want, okay? So that's where I am with this. Set, done, okay? I like that design, I'm sticking with it. Now I got to figure out what to do about the front. The disadvantage of this is what people are complaining about. Oh wait, the hump in the fender isn't exactly over the center of the wheel. I don't care. All right. What they're talking about is, quote, automotive rules that have been around. Okay. If I follow the automotive rules, you know what I'm going to end up with? I'm going to end up with that blue car right there because they followed the automotive rules. If I liked what the automotive rules ended up with, I wouldn't be doing this project in the first place. I'd just be happy with that. I'm not, okay? So to get what I want, I gotta break the rules, all right? The purists are gonna hate it. I don't care, all right? This is my car. This is my car design. Okay, now my problem is I've got to get from where I am there to the front, okay? So again, let's go over to the other side. All right, this is the panel as I got it from the mold. All right, you can see the eyebrow starts up there. It's not 100% of what I would do, but you know what? It's close enough, and it's going to save me a half a day's worth of work trying to modify that and get it to look like I want. All right, so now if you look at it, there's my eyebrow. Okay, back there is my back part of the eyebrow. Now I got to figure out what to do in between the two. Okay, the other disadvantage is, of course, this is going to be a very long eyebrow. Again, too bad, so sad. That's the end result. Okay, so I'll have to figure out how to fill in, make sure this is pointed right. Yeah, okay, fill in this area right here. So this has to come up, this eyebrow, this low spot right here, it's already there. So if you look at it, it's no different what I'm doing than what the mold had. It already had this long piece, so no change there. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, this is the other part I don't like. Let me make sure the camera's aimed correctly. All right. Hard to find a level spot. The wind blew my stand down the other day a bunch of times when I was doing that time lapse thing. I don't know, every once in a while I come out and it'd be laying on the ground because of the wind. So anyway, it bent my stand a little bit so it doesn't sit level. Okay, other thing I don't like, this right here, it's flat. Again, like I showed you in the other video, design video, I don't like this flat part. It needs to go away. In order for this flat part to go away, this has to be raised. I don't want to. I could cut this out, but then I'd be redesigning this whole freaking car and that's too much work. I'm stuck with this trough right here. I really wish this was deeper through here, but it's not, and it's not worth the effort. Now, this panel right here, I made myself, so I could make it a little bit deeper. I'm also going to have to modify the door so I can make the trough deeper here as well. This already has to come off because it's doesn't fit right. Anyway, I'll worry about that. That aligns, so I will probably have to raise up the door a little bit, but when I raise up the door, I can also lower this trough, so that's taken care of. This will also allow me to have this come to where I can reach underneath and open the door like the factory does, because this is going to be cut somewhere. I haven't decided where exactly. And then the bottom part will be inset 6 inches. The top will stick out. You'll stick your hand under here and open the door. So I don't have to mess with that. All right, so we're back to this. All right, I gotta fix this. Okay, the issue is, again, this has to come up a little bit. If you look at, okay, if you look at this, see, it's goes flat. Like I said, I don't like. Okay, so what I can do is I can cut this along this seam and then tilt this at more of an angle. That will get rid of, move my coffee. That'll get rid of this gap right here. Okay, you can see there's about 2 fingers, 1 finger at there, at least 1.5 fingers. Okay, so that's gonna lower this. So that's gonna change this angle by that much. Okay, I'd like it more, but again, I'm stuck with the design here unless I want to completely redo the C8 body, which I don't. I want to try to leave this and this as stock as possible. I didn't want to even add material to here, but I have no choice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this eyebrow, put it wherever it ends up going and looking correctly, and then just live with the fact that I have to make a piece that's going to go on top of here, bond it, blend it in, and have it painted. I was trying to avoid having to repaint, do any body work to these 2 sections. Okay, now, one of the issues here, again, let me set the camera back. I need a videographer. Okay, with a steady hand. Okay, this looks good. It meets right where it should, but you can see that, okay, that really needs to go there. Okay. Okay, but when I do that, again, there's that high spot, so I can't really see what this is going to look like, but that's a whole lot better. If I just push that down, there, I've got my angle that I want. Much better. But then we got that. So I'll have to see if just getting rid of whatever's causing that rocking will fix the issue. Okay? Now, you can see what I did was I went in, and here's where the old piece was. I had to cut this away and do some stuff to make this blend in. All right, all of this junk is really in the way. It was just a temporary thing so I could have something to look at and decide what I like and don't like. All right, now let's go to the passenger side. Okay, so there's that, the fender exactly, or the eyebrow exactly where I left it when we looked at it last. Okay, it also has the same issue. Not as bad. See, it almost touches, but it still has that. So again, I look and it rocks. So again, if I look at here, if I move it around, it looks like whatever it's rocking around is somewhere here. See, this side moves, this side moves, this right here stays. So right there, there's something underneath here, either on the underside of this or on the top of this, that's screwing this up. Take this off. Sure enough, look, this is probably this area right here. Okay, remember I said I was going to cut all this section out, throw it away, and replace it with this? So that means that I can come in here, cut this away on the top if I want to, and then I have the freedom to get this to lay however it needs to lay. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do on that side, because I'm trying to leave this side alone. What I want to do is figure out what to do over there, do it, and then make a mirror image of it for this side. Okay, it's going to be difficult because I'm cutting up pieces. So when I cut the pieces, I'm going to have to make templates of every cut and then figure out how I put them together on that side. So then I just flip the template over and do a mirror image of it on the cut on the other one, and everything should match as close as you're going to get, closer than your eye can see, or, you know, obviously some people will be able to see it. Same thing up here, it's also hitting up here. Okay, once I get this area like I want it, then I've got to fix that front area. Okay, now I am concerned that it's going to be real flat when I get this in place, which I don't want. Okay, I don't know how that's going to work out, honestly. I'm going to have to figure it out as I go. But trying to figure it out all at the same time has caused me nothing but delays, because I'll get it fixed on the front, it won't work. Get it fixed on the back, it won't work on the front. So instead, I'm just going to do this back. However, I think it needs to be done again by cutting away stuff and binding this in place, or screwing. I'm gonna screw it in place first. Okay, let's see. So this might have to be raised up a little bit. I might have to make this more of an arch. I don't know, but I'm going to do whatever's easiest to do first. Get it there, stand back and look at it and go, does that look okay, or does it really need to be fixed? If it does, adding a little more arch here will be easy. Why? Because I can go get some of the foam, use Gorilla Glue, I guess is so far is the best thing that anyone suggested. Glue a piece of foam, say an inch thick, whatever I end up needing, on top of here, and then I can sand or carve that foam to get more of a peak, if I decide it's worth the effort. If I do, again, the same thing, I will have to copy that thing, mirror image of it, which is a little bit difficult, but when you're only dealing with an inch, you can't be off more than an inch, because that's what you started with. So chances are, if it's off from side to side, it won't be a lot off, it'll only be a little bit off. Okay. But you can see that when I just touch this, it just falls right there. That's where it belongs, okay? All right, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm going to cut this out, this section out. I'm not going to cut all of it out because I spent a lot of time getting this edge right here to where the trunk would open and the hatch would come up and all of that. I don't want to lose all that work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right along here and then put this in place. The other reason for that is because I've got the same issue. All right, when I get this exactly where I want it, right now the trunk won't open, the hatch won't come up because this overlaps. So this has to be split exactly where the trunk opening and the hatch opening is. So what I'll do is put this here, get it aligned, screw it in place, and then cut straight up parallel with the edge of this. I'll open up the hatch, I'll open up the trunk, and take my cutter and follow this edge all the way down here. Okay, this will make this two pieces. This inside piece will go away for now, and I will build up to cover this gap if it needs to be covered. But remember, I said I was going to push this down, so maybe it will happen to fall on this edge. If I have to fill, it won't be a lot. All right, that's my plan for today. You can see it's overcast once again, but the temperature is decent. Humidity is probably high. Of course, I can feel it. All right, so that's all I got for you now. Hopefully, at the end of the day today, I will come back with a video, and this will be all done. A little optimistic, but yeah, I'm trying to catch back up on my schedule. So the idea now is to just figure out what I'm going to do, which again, I spent a whole day yesterday figuring this out. Now I just got to do it and get it done with. All right. So, like, subscribe, hit that alert button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.